back. The news from Mumbai is that the BJP is going to meet the Shiv Sena leadership. Sahil Joshi is bringing us that breaking news. Sahil, tell us what's happening there on the ground. Is it true that Devendra Fadnavis and Om Mathur, the BJP General Secretary in charge of Maharashtra, are going to meet Uddhav Thackeray? Are they actually going to meet Uddhav Thackeray to ask for support?
Yeah, when we spoke to the BJP leader here, and he clearly said that the mandate clearly shows that the Shiv Sena and BJP will have to come together to form the government. In this scenario, the egos have to be kept aside, and if need be, we will have to go and meet Shiv Sena. So he clearly said that Devendra Fadnavis and Om Mathur will have to go and meet Uddhav Thackeray, but when the decision will be taken by evening. What BJP is expecting, because even the governor house is keeping a close tab on the results, and they think that the governor will call BJP to form the government as the single largest party, and after that, after they receive the invitation from the governor, after that Om Mathur and Devendra Fadnavis will go and meet Uddhav Thackeray. If Uddhav Thackeray decides not to support BJP, because the pressure will be built up that the BJP and Shiv Sena, as we have seen that since last couple of days, the BJP leaders have been saying that the Shiv Sena and BJP are the natural friends. Rather than going with NCP or with any other party, they will obviously approach Shiv Sena. That's they have been saying since yesterday. Right. We saw Vinod Tawade speaking to us yesterday saying that they have Shiv Sena is not their foe, and Sahil, there is no problem in speaking. Right.
Sahil,
right.
This question which we are raising of 2.5 years each of chief ministership, this is what Shiv Sena sources have been telling me. Is that a possibility that the Shiv Sena will put this as a condition?
They will put this as a condition, but that will depend on if the Shiv Sena crosses 80 mark, because they have been thinking that Shiv Sena is likely to get around 80 to 90 seats. If they get more than 80 seats, then they will fiercely force for 2.5 years chief minister's position and 2.5 years for the BJP. But that is the reason why the BJP has decided that they will first take the invitation from the governor as the single largest party to form the government, and then they will go and meet Uddhav Thackeray to
Stay with us, Sahil. We want to go across to Shweta Parulekar from the Shiv Sena. When Om Mathur and Devendra Fadnavis come to Matoshri and meet Uddhav Thackeray, what is Uddhav Thackeray likely to say? Shweta, what's the sense within the Shiv Sena? Can you share that with our viewers? Will the Shiv Sena be prepared to bury the hatchet, make friends once again with the BJP and join their government in some form?
See, that decision will be taken by our party president, Mr. Uddhav Thackeray. It's too early to comment on that, but whatever decision he takes will be in the interest of Maharashtra finally, and I'm sure he will take the right decision.
No, but what do you believe is in the interest of Maharashtra? Do you believe the BJP Sena coming together is in the interest of Maharashtra?
Yes, of course, because we don't want a situation like Delhi or some other state where, you know, you have a hung assembly. So I'm sure he will think on those lines and come out with the right solution.
Shweta Parulekar, would the Shiv Sena be okay with a Nagpur Brahmin being made the chief minister, or will you insist on Gopinath Munde's daughter, the true representative of the OBCs at this time in Maharashtra, Pankaja Munde, be given a shoe-in for that job?
I will not like to answer this question because it's so early to say or comment anything on this, because, you know, the results are yet to be out and the complete scenario is yet to be clear. There isn't enough clarity on what the situation actually will prevail. So let's see as time comes and it unfolds the final truth. Let's figure out what...
But what you're essentially saying is, before we let you go, that the BJP and the Shiv Sena coming together for the interests of Maharashtra is what Matoshri will want. That you're not opposed to supporting the BJP, you're happy to have some part to play in the next government.
See, I have not said anything on that.
You just said that.
Mr. Uddhav ji will...
1 minute ago you just said that. Or you indicated...
stand and decision.
You know, Rahul, you're putting her in a tough spot, because I think at the end of the day...
I am continuously saying one fact, that Shiv Sena will act in interest of Maharashtra.
Okay, you'll act in the interest of Maharashtra. So I don't know where that leaves all the pre-poll rhetoric where you all were talking the language of Afzal Khan's army. So now you're talking suddenly in the interest of Maharashtra. But the interesting thing, Rahul, is that with every passing minute, that tally, which was once 125, is now down to 111.
What that shows, Rajdeep, is that there was no, unlike the Uttar Pradesh election, unlike the Bihar election, where there was a genuine Narendra Modi wave, what this final figure shows is that this was a pumped up wave. Jaise Nitish says, blower ki hawa. This in some senses is a blower ki hawa.
That's right. It's not just blower ki hawa. What you're seeing is that when you divide it region-wise, in Vidarbha, 66 seats on offer, BJP leading in 32, just short of a majority but doing reasonably well. In Marathwada, where they were dominating initially, they're leading in 20, the Shiv Sena is leading in 9, Congress in 8, NCP in 9. So these other parties are fragmenting and winning seats. We thought that that vote would get fragmented and the BJP would go through. What is actually happening is that the BJP vote is getting concentrated in the areas they are winning in. And the other parties are also managing to hold their own. That's how, Maharashtra is playing out. Because the traditional view which Surjit Bhalla and others were expressing was that the anti-vote would be split so badly, the BJP would go through. Look at Konkan. The BJP is 0 in Konkan. So the BJP is getting wiped out in Konkan. The area where the BJP continues to do best is Mumbai-Thane. They're winning 24 there. The Shiv Sena is now making a comeback with 19. So I think that's the interesting thing, that when you look at the sub-regional picture, the BJP has not been able to completely sweep a region.
But that's because in several of these seats, the BJP was organizationally very weak.
That's right.
And a hype was created to some extent, like the India Shining hype, that the BJP is winning, that they're running away with this election. Whereas on the ground, while there was some Modi effect, Siddharth Bhatia, it wasn't as strong as some people started believing.
Yeah, I mean, having said that, they had 65 the last time, so 110 is also quite a jump. And that's what in the morning we mentioned the Modi premium that he's got and pushed that. But don't forget two other things. First, they did not have even candidates. They had to import candidates.
That's right. I think if you remember, since 1990, because you formed an alliance, there were, for the last 24 years, 150 seats the BJP had never contested.
Never contested.
So you see, you are in Maharashtra going from an area where the BJP needed, as Rahul rightly says, you needed to create that enthusiasm and hype.
Yeah.
Now, maybe the media got carried away by the hype and said 150, 160, we thought it was a repeat of UP. But I think there's a sobering thought there for the BJP also in these results. I just want to bring in Priyanka Chaturvedi, who's been standing by. Priyanka Chaturvedi, from the Congress perspective, you're marginally ahead of the NCP at the moment. 46 plays 44. What is the role the Congress is going to play in Maharashtra though? It seems, the NCP may have some role by tying up possibly with the BJP in a post-poll alliance. Congress na ghar ka na ghat ka, even though you've done better than the Lok Sabha elections.
No, all I'd like to mention here, it's not about the ghar ka ya ghat ka. We stood by our principles. We went for an election where we knew there were certain challenges as far as anti-incumbency was concerned. We thought we would overcome that, which we haven't. But if we look at the green shoots of recovery as far as Maharashtra is concerned, we've held our own. What would be very opportunistic of the BJP and the NCP, and would be very clearly a very opportunistic alliance if the two come together. But I would like to believe,
what
if we look at,
are you talking about, Priyanka? You're down to 48, a loss of 34 over the last time.
No, if you
Which
look,
green shoots are you seeing?
No, if you look at the general elections where we performed badly in Maharashtra and how we've performed right now, how exit polls were totally willing to wipe out Congress in Maharashtra, the voters of Maharashtra have shown they have faith in the Congress, and yes, we might be sitting,
Priyanka,
we might be
at this time
please,
at the Congress office in Delhi, there are people sloganeering saying Priyanka Lao, Congress Bachao. It's happening right outside the Congress office in the capital.
See, Congress is a huge party. We are not led by one particular leader like Bharatiya Janata Party is doing. There is nothing like the BJP anymore. It's a Narendra Modi party. We are an organization, a democratic organization. People might have their point of view. Whoever's protesting outside, as you've mentioned, they could be protesting. They must be talking about their point of view with regards to leadership. But we are very clear as far as the central leadership is concerned. We had a very clear state leadership in Maharashtra, and we've gone as per that. We might not have come into power again in Maharashtra, considering we've given 3 successive terms in Maharashtra. But I would look at it as a positive sign for the Congress, and we just need to strategize better and manage our course correction better, and we'd be a strong
You're
opposition
clutching
to
at
the
straws at this time.
the
Stay with
BJP.
us, Priyanka. I want to go across to Siddharth Nath Singh of the Bharatiya Janata Party. The BJP is now down to 109 seats. Siddharth, are you prepared to concede that this is not gone as per plan? this is not turning out to be a bumper Diwali. It's Diwali come early for sure, but this is not a bumper Diwali for the BJP. The formula has not worked.
Well, Rahul, this is certainly a big Diwali gift to all the workers of the BJP. I don't know which way you wish to look at, but certainly it's a mandate given in a state where we never had a chief minister, a mandate from where we could not cross out of fighting on 119 seats, more than 50-55. There is, on the other side is Haryana, where we are looking to form the government on our own. So all these things put together is a big Diwali gift to all of us. It's a big victory, and certainly the man who turned the anti-incumbency into a popular votes, definitely that has been the Narendra Modi ji, and certainly with him there is a team which has worked together under Amit Shah ji.
Siddharth, you know, I would have conceded at 130 plus that you were bang on. 130 plus would have been a clear, you could have said that your strategy worked. At 109, you're having to go back to the Shiv Sena's door. Let's be clear. Your strategy was... I have heard BJP leaders in the last 48 hours saying we'll get 150, 160, we don't need anyone else. Suddenly the same Devendra Fadnavis is going to the house of Uddhav Thackeray. Why not concede at least this much?
Why?
That you haven't done as well as you expected. You created a hype that you will do a UP in Maharashtra.
Well, Rajiv, I don't want to be discourteous, but let me also say, those leaders may have been watching your survey and other survey too often, so therefore they came to that conclusion.
No, our survey said 117. Please don't today mix our survey.
We won't disappoint you.
We
won't
disappoint
Cicero
you
and
India Today and headlines today have got it right.
The tally comes. We have done extremely well in Maharashtra. Let me be honest to you, we were a bit shaky when we went and we split. There were a lot of things which were being raised, but the confidence in the local leadership, and particularly the way they strategized that Narendra Modi ji is going to campaign strongly, and which he did, and that has really worked a magic for us. So, to say that we were thinking that we will be 140, 150, but
let
me
Priyanka
be honest, we were never
respond to you,
thinking
sir.
in that line when
Sir,
we started and the split
let her
happened.
respond. So let Priyanka Chaturvedi respond. Let her respond. Today the Congress has some, they are clutching at straws maybe, but let her respond.
No, we are not clutching at straws. If I may make a point to Mr. Siddharthnath Singh, that while he talks about Maharashtra, he should also be clear that you're not yet close to becoming the chief. You might not have a chief minister in BJP ruling Maharashtra right now, though they might be the single largest party. Like we saw in Delhi, you might come across as the single largest party, but you still cannot claim to have a chief minister out there because your alliances are still not in place.
Let me put any question of doubts of Priyanka to rest. There are two things which is coming from the mandate, and that will not change. One, the chief minister will be from BJP. Second, there will be no loose kind of arrangement. It will be a stable government. So if we look out, we will look out for forming a stable government, and there's chief minister
Siddharth
which
can
is the
say
mandate
what he
for
wants.
BJP.
The reality is this hasn't gone as per script for the Bharatiya Janata Party. That is the reality. You were hoping for 144 plus. That hasn't happened. Yes,
Rahul,
of course, you can counter argue by saying that the BJP has significantly increased its seat share. But this is not the ideal game plan.
Victory.
Stay with us, Siddharth. I want to go across to the BJP State Unit Chief of Haryana, the candidate from Mahendragarh, Rambilas Sharma. He is joining us now. आप अपनी सीट पे तो जीत गए शर्मा साहब, आप मुख्यमंत्री पद के प्रबल दावेदार भी हैं हरियाणा में. क्या महाराष्ट्र में तो हम देख रहे हैं लड़ाई हो रही है, एकनाथ फट से देवेंद्र फडणवीस, पंकजा मुंडे सब कह रहे हैं हम हैं सीएम. क्या हम हरियाणा के अगले मुख्यमंत्री से बात कर रहे हैं इस वक्त?
देखिए मैडम, मैं हरियाणा में मुख्यमंत्री को लेकर के कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. केंद्र का नेतृत्व तय करेगा. हम हरियाणा में स्पष्ट बहुमत की ओर बढ़ रहे हैं और हरियाणा में सबसे बड़े मार्जिन से मेरी सीट महेंद्रगढ़ में 5वीं बार मैं विधानसभा में आ रहा हूं हरियाणा की अहिरवाल के कृपा से, और सबसे बड़ा मार्जिन 40,000 से आसपास महेंद्रगढ़ विधानसभा में रहने वाला है. बीजेपी को सबसे अधिक लीड यहां से मिलने वाली है. अभी 4 राउंड पूरा हुआ है, 13,900 वोटों से लीड चल रही है. अभी 10 से ज्यादा राउंड, 11 से ज्यादा राउंड बाकी रहते हैं और हरियाणा में हम स्पष्ट बहुमत मैडम लेकर के, ये नरेंद्र भाई मोदी के नेतृत्व का कमाल है, ये हरियाणा की जनता जनार्दन का कमाल है और हरियाणा की जनता ने गुंडा राज को समाप्त करके भ्रष्टाचार
अच्छा सर, ये बताइए
हरिजन बैठक
सर, आप
के
जीत तो
राज
रहे
के लिए
चुनाव में। अमित
एक-
शाह ने जब मुलाकात हुई गैर जाट नेताओं की, तो कहा कि नॉन जाट सीएम होगा। तो कौन होगा हरियाणा में सीएम? क्या आप अपनी दावेदारी ठोक रहे हैं हेडलाइन टुडे पे आके?
जी जी, ये देखिए मैडम, दावेदारी बीजेपी में कोई ठोकी नहीं जाती। दावेदारी बीजेपी का जो केंद्रीय नेतृत्व है इतना तपस्वी है, वो सब कार्यकर्ताओं की बात को जानता है।
Okay.
Okay, we're going to leave it over there. Mahendra Sharma, thank you very much, sir, for joining us.
Who's going to become the chief minister, you think, Rahul of Haryana?
Amit Shah has promised. There was a big gathering of non-Jat leaders, an indoor gathering, where Amit Shah said there will be a non-Jat chief minister. So Captain Abhimanyu, for that reason, is completely ruled out. They will have to see where they've picked up the most amount of votes from to be able to decide who, because there's no
But it's a
one face.
non-Jat. It'll be a non-Jat chief
100%.
minister.
We have on very good authority that the BJP is certain, they've discussed this already, that there will be a non-Jat CM. The whole premise of this victory, Rajdeep, is that they've brought the non-Jats together. The Jat vote has got fragmented between the Congress and the INLD. They've told the non-Jats, we will give you a non-Jat CM. That's why they've asked for votes.
So at the moment, it appears the BJP strategy has worked a bit better in Haryana than it has worked in Maharashtra. We'll come back to that, but I want to bring in the NCP because suddenly the NCP is becoming a factor in this election as the numbers are changing. Sameer Dalwai is joining us of the NCP. The BJP down to 108 at the moment in Maharashtra, 36 short of the halfway mark. Shiv Sena 59, Congress 47, NCP 48. You could form a government tomorrow with the BJP. Are you ready for that, Mr. Dalwai?
No, I don't think so at all. But the point here to be noted is, I'd like to just make a quick couple of points.
Yes.
The BJP is a number 4 party at the Panchayat level all across Maharashtra. So a party which is at number 4, doing exceptionally well like this does not mean it's a party's victory. It means it's a victory of an entire campaign that has been designed. That's point number 1.
Yes.
Point number 2 is, never mind the much wanted Gujarat developmental model, never mind about that.
Yes.
But the Gujarat election model has been tried by both Prime Minister Modi ji as well as Amit Shah ji in Maharashtra. Let me tell you, they've employed tactics like getting corruption tainted Yediyurappa ji to Pune only to influence Kannada speaking voters. There have been central ministers who've camped in individual constituencies in Mumbai to win seats. And after that, this huge hype that they've created, it still brought them down nowhere near what they were saying. And
So
after
no
putting
tie-up.
The Honorable
So
Prime
no
Minister
tie-up.
here, just let me complete. The Honorable Prime Minister here to Maharashtra to campaign, they should have got probably all the seats. Look at that compared to all that they've
But Sameer, is there regret in the NCP about what could have been if the Congress and the NCP had fought together? You would have probably done much better. Your point was that you thought that the NCP was stronger than the Congress. The final figures of the results that we have and the leads that we have so far show the Congress is still 6 seats more than you. The Congress at its weakest is 51. The NCP, which thought it would surpass the Congress, is stuck at 45. If you had fought
Rahul, let me
together,
start
this
by
election
saying
could
that
have been
the
very
results are-
different.
I agree with you. Let me start by saying that we are ourselves taken aback and we need to introspect ourselves as well, why we've got such low seats. If what you're projecting is right, we also need to introspect about what you said, whether we could have fought together. But I don't agree with you. Very humbly, I'd like to say that we are lesser than any other party, because it's not only about the number of seats you're leading in, it's also the number of votes that you get overall. And if you go largely by your projections, we haven't done too badly in the vote share. However, what I do need to look at and agree with you is that as a party, we need to introspect. We've been in power for the last 15 years. We probably may have, we now need to give more attention to building the party more stronger at the grassroots level, connecting even better. And as an
Mr.
opposition,
Dalwai?
I don't think it's...
Mr. Dalwai, let me say that, and in the morning I suggested that the NCP would be wiped out. I must eat my words because the NCP hasn't done as badly as I thought they would. You've got 48 seats, you're down 14. So clearly, though there are some leaders, R.R. Patil, when I last saw, was trailing. So there are important leaders of the NCP who are trailing at the moment. Siddharth Nath Singh, once and for all, clear this confusion. If I were to show Sharad Pawar's photograph to you on this program on one side and show the photograph of Uddhav Thackeray, which photograph will you look at and smile more?
Well, I would always go for the youngsters.
No, he'll smile because
So
he
you
has both
prefer,
options.
so you prefer an Uddhav Thackeray to a Sharad Pawar,
Well,
right?
I always like young politicians because they are in a position to give a better future
No,
now.
but Uddhav Thackeray is not young.
Being young, I will always like Uddhav Thackeray's picture, but
Okay,
that is
you-
only concerned to the picture, not of the formation of the government, because that decision doesn't come from Siddharth Nath Singh. However, I may wish to, but that it will be decided
But
at a
Rajdeep, the
different
real
level,
reason for
and the
cheer
answers will come out.
is that they've got Uddhav's picture in one hand and they've got Sharad Pawar's on the
One
other.
quick word.
So if Uddhav plays tough to get, they've got that option as a fallback. There was a lot of talk about how the NCP would get wiped out in Western Maharashtra. It's pocket borrow. If you actually look at the numbers for Western Maharashtra, the NCP is leading at 20 seats. That's only 5 down from the last election. The BJP leading only on 21. That's only 9 more than the last election. All the Raju Shettis of the world, the Athawales of the world, the RSP, the SSS haven't opened their account. Most of these leads are for the BJP.
In fact, there's a story of Raju Shetty, because I think the Swabhimani Sangatna expected more. There was a lot of rebellion within over the choice of candidates. I'm just wondering, we started the day by saying there's a wave, right? Clearly, there is no wave in Maharashtra. I think we should say that. There is no wave in Maharashtra. There is certainly a Modi impact, no doubt about it, which has propelled the BJP to number 1, but there is no wave. Can we say, Manisha and Manini, both of you, that local networks still matter? The Ajit Pawars, we can attack them in television studios, say that they have been, they are charged with serious corruption. He's leading, other NCP strongmen are leading. That local networks do matter, Manisha.
Local networks matter, local alliances matter. You can see that the BJP's strategy in state elections in Bihar, in Jharkhand will be dictated by this reality that they've just tasted. The other thing that clearly does matter is that the voter wins. He or she think differently for national elections and for state elections. So state politics does matter in ways which are far more significant than the anointment of a single political leader that we are trying to project or do. And if you see in the subscript of the numbers right there,
Yes.
certainly the BJP on number 1, but the Congress and the NCP together, had they been in an alliance, they were more or less where the BJP stands. So if the BJP and Sena had allied, an opportunity that they put back, that number could have been different. And the plus factor that we today accredit to Narendra Modi could have been a windfall for the alliance had it been crafted prior to the polls.
Someone on Twitter has just sent me that if I heard Rahul and you speaking for the last 20 minutes, it looks like the BJP is losing the election. Now, they're clearly not losing the election, Manini, but
they haven't
do
done
you
it.
believe that one of the headlines tomorrow will be that the Amit Shah, Narendra Modi strategy for Maharashtra not fully successful?
Yes.
That it has only been partly successful?
No, I think, the by-elections was the first bit of a jolt, saying that, and then people dismiss the by-elections because Mr. Modi did not campaign during the by-elections. But this has shown, I think the biggest lesson for this is that they were in too much of a hurry, and I would say that breaking ties with the Shiv Sena, whatever the BJP's official spin is, the BJP broke the ties. It was not the Shiv Sena that broke the ties. And Mr. Uddhav Thackeray has consistently been making that point that we were betrayed. For 25 years, we stood by you through thick and thin, and when you guys are on a high, you just throw us out. I think that if the final results show that they did not.
Will the BJP change strategy as a result? In a Bihar, will you have to go with the Ram Vilas Paswan? In Jharkhand, you won't be able to completely go.
What Manisha says is right. Jharkhand, in other states, they did this. They can say that in Haryana, we did the same thing. We got rid of, Kuldeep Bishnoi, and we've done very well. So it's worked. It depends on what lesson they draw from it. But generally speaking in life, to sort of be too arrogant when you're high is not a good idea.
Okay, you can't be a Shahenshah. Amit Shah has been told today softly, even though his strategy has worked in Haryana. Let's be clear, Amit Shah has had strategy worked in Haryana, partially in Maharashtra, but you can't be Shahenshah yet, is what the Maharashtra voter seems to be gently hinting at Amit Shah. But clearly the Congress has more to worry for, because as Rahul was suggesting, posters have come up or slogan shouting has started at the Congress headquarters. Priyanka
Rajdeep,
Lao, Desh Bachao. Yes, Siddharth Nath Singh, what is your last
Let me
speech?
give you may look for headlines,
Yes.
but the worker of BJP is looking at a different headline, and
Yes.
that is that BJP is going to form a government, and the first BJP chief minister is coming in Maharashtra, and that is also happening in Haryana. We have snatched 2 Congress-ruled states, and they have come to BJP. Also, it shows the way the BJP graph is growing, and we have replaced Congress as a pan-India party.
Samir,
So
quick
these are
response.
the headlines
Samir,
which
quick
we will
response.
be-
BJP is India's number one pan-India party. I think that is to be.
For another
I
headline.
take your point,
The
sir.
Prime Minister has gone.
But
Two
we are
quick points.
here
The Prime
to-
Minister has gone to Baramati
to
and campaigned
rejoice
against
in
an
the victory
MLA,
that we have
and
received
that
as
has
a Diwali
not
gift
worked at all.
under Narendra Modi.
Our Ajit Dada Pawar is winning from there. And the second point is, if you take away the 55 imported MLAs from BJP's tally, the 55 MLAs that they have imported from the other parties, you can calculate how much they have actually got. It is a failed wave. Even if you
No, you
add
can't
both
call
the
it a
NCP
failed
and
wave.
Congress
No, I
numbers-
think that's too much.
Yes,
you know,
it has
you can't-
fallen.
the
Because
highest.
That is the big
it has
question.
fallen because if you take
Sir,
away
big
the
question
50
is why
MLAs,
they were
you take
not
away the
comfortable
55
to
MLAs,
fight under
you take away the
NCP or
55
Congress because
MLAs
they
who
realized
they have
they're going
imported
to
from
lose.
other parties.
So first
It
you must
exposes
answer
the
that
true
question.
BJP
Sir, no cross talk.
You take
One
away
of,
the
sir,
55 MLAs who
sir,
are
one
being
of
taken from other
one of the
parties. And look at
attempts
your
we are
tally.
making is try to make television a little bit more calmer and more polite. Let's not have cross talk. I don't think we can say it's a failed wave. But clearly this is not a repeat of 2014 Lok Sabha, and somewhere there is a lesson perhaps that you need to work with local alliances, local networks. You can't ignore local realities and believe that you can win an election merely on the Modi magic. I think there is a slight little humbling factor there that the Maharashtra voter is throwing. But the Congress has much more to worry about because they are now completely decimated in Haryana. And in Maharashtra too, they are battling for the third position.